to go through two sets of scales before we get up there, and both sets of scales have to be notorious for pulling people in, inspecting. They're just hard to deal with sometimes.
Okay, think there'll be any issues taking the convoy up there? That's a lot of equipment.
Heck no, we look good rolling down the road.
Oh yeah.
Don't stop anything good.
There we go. On this week's episode of the McKinnley vlog, Brad sits down all the foremen in the headquarters to discuss a future job.
All right, so of course you and Cody for sure are going to Knoxville.
I'm going to Knoxville for sure.
Yes.
When?
It's probably going to be next week we're going to start mobilizing.
Okay.
What? Tell your last name? Ross. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Larry said he wants to go to Knoxville.
As Brad determines who's going to go where, the team begins to get their things together for the journey ahead.
Our dog says pour the damn rain. If your trucks need anything, go through your trucks. Just give me a list of what you need. I'm getting ready to go pick up a check, so there's a very good possibility I can go pick up the stuff we need.
As the guys begin to check their trucks for anything they might need, the convoy starts assembling for the journey to Greenville, Tennessee on their first out-of-town gig of the season. So what do we have going on here?
So we're starting to mobilize all the equipment up to a job in Greenville, Tennessee. I'm taking up the 320. Grayson's going to be taking this up with a D3, a 299 skid steer, and a couple pallets of silk sock. So right now we're just trying to work on the legalities of it, permits, stuff like that.
Greenville is roughly 2 hours and 45 minutes northeast of Chattanooga, spanning 158 miles of highway. The convoy consists of 2 big rigs, 4 pallets of silk sock, the Cat 320 excavator weighing over 52,000 pounds, a Cat 299 skid steer weighing right under 11,000 pounds, and a Cat D3 dozer weighing over 30,000 pounds. The dozer is so wide it sticks clear out on both sides of the trailer, which could lead to an issue if they get stopped for an inspection.
We got to go through 2 sets of scales before we get up there, and both sets of scales have to be notorious for pulling people in, inspecting. They're just hard to deal with sometimes.
Grayson Wright double checks to make sure everything is ready to go. Is this the biggest load you've ever driven, man?
It's big, but it ain't that big.
I don't know how y'all do that.
Get in the driver's seat and hit the gas pedal.
Yeah. The only thing that stands in their way to an already late start is waiting on the permit to come through.
Most of the time they just look at it, all right, you're good to go. Not a big deal. But they could be suckers and go through. Inspect it. Make sure your permit's right. Make sure your links are right. Put you on the scale, see if you're overweight.
With over 40,000 pounds in equipment and 4 pallets of silk sock, the trailer might be overweight.
You can't permit the weight, because if you're overweight, you gotta take off. So you can only permit weight when it's non-divisible, which means 1 piece. I can get permit for weight for that, because you can't split that in half. But since you got multiple pieces, they won't give you a weight permit. They'll say you just take it off.
What's the closest scale we can go that's not a DOT scale?
There's a CAT scale on our way up, right there in Charleston, after we get on City 5, it takes a 33.
Yeah, we definitely are getting the convoy together. A couple of big trucks, I think you got some photos of that. Getting ready to do our out of town up near Johnson City. And I'm also hoping, I believe, get some stuff together for a job before we leave. I think it's over here.
So do you think this might be overweight here?
Well, just like, if he just had the 2 machines on, I think he'd be fine. But with those 4 pallets of silk sock, he might, I don't know. I don't know how much this truck and trailer weighs empty. I don't have a tare weight, so it's hard for me to say. I would just probably assume. And it's just one of those things, you're riding down the road, it just kind of screams, "Hey, look at me." It's kind of, you know.
Yeah, it's a big boy right here.
Yeah.
It's tall.
So I just want to make sure we get squared away to get legally wise, so that me and Grayson don't wind up in jail this evening. I don't like prison food.
Nervous at all? I mean, this is huge, dude.
Already an hour behind schedule, the team has finally got everything together for the trip to Greenville. Now they are just awaiting the word on the weight permits to see if they can take this rig as is.
Okay, think there'll be any issues taking the convoy up there? That's a lot of equipment.
Heck no, we look good rolling down the road.
Oh, yeah.
I'll stop anything good.
There we go.
Another hour passes by, and then comes the bad news. The trailer is overweight, and certain pieces need to be taken off. Joe and Brad will be loading up the skid steer and the silk sock on their truck and have to take it up that afternoon. Tempers flare.
Next year when I get it back. You know what I mean? Next year when I get it back, because the guy's ordered from home and he's might get to it.
How long did it take us to get a permit yesterday?
Yeah, like 8
From
hours.
the guy with the dog and the kid in the background,
Yeah.
telling us he didn't have time to talk to us about his job.
Then we inconvenienced him.
He literally said, "I don't have time to be helping you with this."
Yeah.
So I'm sure this would have been done a long time ago if I could have come to your office and y'all weren't home.
Finally, the permits come in, and it's time to hit the road.
Off to Greenville, baby. See you in 5 hours.